How can we protect our joints, the ligaments inside the joints and the tissues surrounding the joints in life and in sport? The body has two ways of stabilizing joints. It can stabilize the joint passively or it can stabilize it actively. Passive stabilization is when the joint sinks and literally leans on the end range of motion of all the tissues surrounding it. So you can imagine the ankle sinking into a deep dorsiflexion position. The calf reaches the end of its range of motion and then it is then stabilized. Fortunately, this passive stability, it stretches the tissues way beyond their optimal length to correctly function. And what this does is exposes them to injury. The alternative to passive stability is active joint stability. And that's when all the muscles and the tissues around the joint actively stabilize the joint. It does this through a mechanism called a co-contraction. That's when the muscles on either side of the joint actively contract together and create a rope pulley-like system whereby they both pull on the joint and they actively tension it. This locks the joint and protects it during high impact and dangerous movements in life and in sport as well. How can we develop these co-contractions, when the agonist and antagonist on both sides of the joint contract to stabilize the joint? We can do it by using an unstable load. It's the unstable variable forces in the load that actually elicits this spontaneous self-protective mechanism. When we use an unstable load, all the movement in the water forces our body to quickly co-contract the muscles around the joint, locking the joint and protecting it. I'm now going to show you a couple different ways that you can use an unstable load to force the body to co-contract the muscles around a joint and actively stabilize the joint. Have a look at some of these exercises.